parents have this kit?
No, it's not meant for the parents, it's meant for the professionals. Parents will, once we assess, we tell them that where the children are and why they come into the program.
You guide them.
Oh, yes, of course.
Dr. Nandini, you have also developed an early intervention program called Upanaya.
Upanayan.
Upanayan.
Upanayan means lead on.
Yes, which is based on child rearing practices in India. The program, I believe, is recommended by UNICEF to be used across India.
Yeah.
Can you throw some light on
Yeah, let me tell you, this is a program not of mine alone. It is with a group of a psychologist and from Chennai, and I was a consultant with this group. We are being the expert advisor, and the whole idea was to bring down the expertise of the medical profession to a common person, and we developed these programs to guide the parents as to if they have a problem, how do we deal with it. And we used all the child rearing practices in South India. So now, for example, these beautiful songs, you know, we in Tamil Nadu they sing Sanjadamma, you know, all these songs, Taramaya, you know, all these are excellent medium even for children with autism to develop communication. Similarly, we looked into lots of child rearing practices in various in our culture, and we put this program down for 0 to 3 years.
It's working well?
It's working very well, extensively used in Tamil Nadu because they have it was developed there and supported by a wonderful Chemplast company. At that time, I was advisor with them, and we developed this, and
you want to take it across India?
Oh yes, well, many of them use the principles of that across India, but the extensive kit which is really developed is in Tamil Nadu, and we of course use it a lot in our.
Dr. Nandini, most often parents of children with developmental disorder suffer depression. How do you counsel or treat such parents?
Most, I wouldn't say depression, they are in a phase of denial. You know, acceptance for them is the major issue. Once they accept, yes, my child is going to have limitations and it is not going to be as good as others, their parents who do wonderful job. I have some parents, I wish you would interview them on one of your programs. They are so good. They not just for their children, they come forward and help even other normal children. I think it's the attitude. It depends upon how emotionally strong the parents are. That's why I talk about socio-emotional learning right from a young age of to face life's challenges.
You're right. Dr. Nandini, on an average, how many children do you treat per day at CCDD? If someone wants to approach you, what is the process involved?
Well, the Center for Child Development sees almost about 1,000 new children a year. Okay. That's the only limited capacity I have. Hope we are expanding, so I'll have another center, and hope we will have a little more better number to deal with. And the approach is always to make an appointment. Each of these appointments are very long, so they have to call the center and make an appointment.
Is there any phone number?
Yes,
please.
I would love to. 2334-2035. And if we call 2334-2035, they would be very glad to give an appointment. And I have a big team with me. I'm not alone. I must compliment my teammates. They are psychologists, they are young special educationists, they are occupational therapists, there are another doctors with me. I have a group of expert consultants who come there in pediatric neurology, orthopedics. It's a very holistic team where we try to do the best. I believe when a child is got a disability, we have to help the child to put the best foot forward. So that involves dealing with their medical problem, the psychological problem, the educational problem, the occupational. See, when we have a holistic program, then only we can have best foot forward. I don't believe in being a social program. There are many centers which just probably have a child and deal with them, but well, this Center for Child Development is not such a. It's not where you can just leave your child and it will be all.
See the holistic approach.
Absolutely, and is under and each one of the developmental problems really is a medical issue. That has to be understood. It's a brain disorder.
A short break here, Dr. Nandini. On return, let me ask you about the RTE Act, socio-emotional problems that it has created, and how teachers are ill-equipped to handle it. Hi listeners, please stay tuned. I will be right back. Come back, Dr. Nandini. Dr. Nandini, as you know, under the RTE Act, every school should reserve a percentage of seats for the economically backward. Top private schools are opposing it. They say it will create socio-emotional problems among children who belong to different strata of society. What's your opinion?
My opinion is, I think the attitude is not right of these schools. The children don't create problems. We adults create problems. We make them conscious. Socio-emotional learning is as much for a child from a higher society as it is for the lower society. No. What is socio-emotional learning? Equipping yourself to face life's challenges. Suicide is not just committed by poor people alone. It is a very rich, I even know doctors' kids who are committing suicide. Are they? So this is I believe socio-emotional learning is for you to understand your emotions and understand others' emotions, decision making, leadership quality, friendliness, compassion, empathy is all about socio-emotional learning. And I should start very early in life,
so
5
years,
6 years.
Is wrong?
Schools don't put a good socio-emotional learning program, and why the poor children are just as deserving as the others. And on the contrary, I think we should have compassion and empathy programs across, these societies and for these children to accept as others also.